Hey everyone, how is everyone doing, huh? On this Saturday night, Saturday, June 20, what is it? June 27th. Yeah, I'm doing this podcast on Saturday. I just finished my dinner. I had some cooking. Um, yeah, I did some cooking tonight because first I was thinking maybe I should order from, like, I don't know, one of my regular spots here in Jersey City waterfront. We have some restaurants which are great, obviously, which are very close to where I live. I can just go pick up the food or just have it delivered. But then I thought, you know what? Maybe I can also save a few bucks, few dimes, few bucks by also maybe cooking. Not that I saved a ton of money, but I did do some grocery shopping. Not that it sounds too interesting, but what up? So, yeah, weather today has been gloomy. Well, we were supposed to have thunderstorms, but apparently we didn't have any thunderstorms really. But it was drizzling when I went to get my, sandwich in Hoboken, and then rest it has been just what do you call just cloudy. After the dinner, I went up to the roof, and there were a lot of fucking people up there, right? And speaking of our roof, we have a fucking amazing roof, Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to speak a lot of things tonight. Speaking of the roof, I did go yesterday to the swimming pool. Remember I told you guys that our swimming pool on the roof is open, so I went there. I did swim. Um, it was nice. It was a change. I think I'm gonna have some sore like freaking like arms and legs probably. I mean, I didn't swim a lot. I mean, it was kind of late after work, before dinner. So was that before dinner or after dinner, sir? No, before dinner. You don't want to like swim after dinner because first of all, you won't be able to swim after dinner, right? You'll be like, fuck. But in any case, that was nice. That was different. Although, I came back to my apartment and then I realized that, they put that fucking chlorine in the swimming pool. So then I took a shower because, I didn't want to like fucking like my hair like, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it still like, it was different than when you take a shower, you know, you can feel the difference, right? So, but that was nice. Um, our swimming pool is, it's not that big, but it's a nice size. It's only 4 feet deep though, so that really sucks. I like a swimming pool that's deeper than my height, so that I can just swim like a fucking fish, right? But it's still, it's not bad. It's just nice to just like lie down in one of those chairs, right? After you swim for like a few minutes, and then you can just take a siesta, right? What the hell am I watching? It's the women's tennis. I think it's the UTC, one of those, right? Universal Tennis Rating. Is that what it is? I have no freaking idea. Speaking of which, what happened to the Premier League, by the way? I know Premier League is still on, but I guess because of the weekend, it's going to happen next week. Is that what it is? Probably, most likely, right? Uh, I didn't do any work. Well, I did work for an hour today, and I've been sleeping well, although I kind of had a nightmare, fucking nightmare when I slept. Like, I kind of go to sleep late because I don't have to get up super early. There's the advantage of working for yourself, right? But I was kind of having a fucking nightmare because I was falling asleep, watching what the fuck I was watching. Oh yeah, the Stargate Atlantis, right? I'm in season 2. What was it? Episode, I don't know, 12 or 13. And then that's a fucking great show, by the way. Without repeating myself, I guess I am repeating myself, right? Um, and then I fell asleep, and then I think I slept for like an hour, and then I woke up because I was like talking to myself, I guess. I had one of those like, sorry, it's my dessert, Greek yogurt with berries. Um, and I think it was that condition, where your bloodstream, I guess, it has something to do with the bloodstream. Don't quote me on this one because I'm not an expert, but I guess when when your body wants to like wake up, but then your mind is actually, well, you can't move your body, but your mind is already woke. Is that what it is? I think that's what it was. And when you feel like somebody's actually like, or something is actually like, like pressing down on you, one of those conditions, right? Sleeping conditions, whatever that was. So I thought I was having a fucking nightmare, and then I woke up, right? But in any case, so yeah, I am just doing my podcast, taking it easy. My girlfriend actually, we were supposed to have she was supposed to be over tonight, but then we decided to change it to tomorrow. So I think she's going to bring her dog, and probably she's going to stay over. So let's see what happens tomorrow, right? So how is everyone doing, by the way? Yeah, things are getting better. Is that what it is? Actually, things are not fucking getting better. You know why? Because of the fucking surge in coronavirus. I mean, not in our area, which is the tri-state area, which is a good thing. But then the rest of the fucking country, including Florida and all these fucking other states down in the fucking south, they were like, oh, we don't have any fucking, corona, so let's go to the fucking beach and let's have like, margaritas and whatever the fuck they were having, right? And let's just go to the bar and just hang out. And now they have a fucking SARS, and that's affecting the whole country, obviously, right? So, when we all are thinking that this fucking thing is almost over, so we can start reliving somehow a normal life, and this fucking thing happens again, right? So all you people, remember all you fucking people from these other states when Corona was like at the fucking peak here in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and then nobody from New York, New Jersey was allowed to go to any of these other states. Not that nobody was allowed, but oh, you guys are from New York, you have to quarantine for like fucking 14 days. 14 days, right? Is that what it is? Now it's the fucking opposite. Now all these other states which have a surge, now they have to quarantine if they come to New York, right? Or New Jersey or Connecticut, tri-state area. Not that we should feel any proud or anything. I mean, there's no fucking proud with this fucking Corona COVID bullshit. It has fucking like, affected every one of us on many levels in many ways. In any case, without ranting on that one, weather is still nice. So tomorrow, I think tomorrow is cloudy, right? Whatever it is, sir. It's the end of June, so who cares? I mean, it's going to be a little cloudy, a little rain, a little thunderstorm. So what? Who gives a shit? Yeah. So the other thing I did today was Not that I want to turn my fucking podcast into like my daily routine, right? Talking about my fucking daily routine on a Saturday or Sunday night or the fucking past week. What I want to say is that, and what I want to say is, oh, what the fuck I wanted to say? Oh, I ordered these. Remember, I made this custom, computer rig for my, computer stand or rig, whatever the hell you call it, right? For my apartment, where I can actually work from, from my living room, if I'm working from home or even if I'm listening to a podcast. What the fuck I was listening to? Oh yeah, Tom Green has a podcast, right? So he had Bob Saget on, and I was listening to them, and then a bunch of other podcasts I was listening to earlier, not the other, earlier. And so I did upload that video I did when I was making this wooden computer stand. So I did order these metal angles. You can see that, right? So these metal angles, I actually attached these at the corners, 4 of these. At the leg and the top joints, and now it's much stronger, right? Before it was kind of wobbling a little bit, but now it's pretty sturdy. So yeah, that's what I was doing today, because these came in yesterday. I think the day before yesterday came in the mail, or not in the mail, but whatever the freight that they came in through, right? UPS or whatever the hell it is, right? Amazon, I think. Because we have that Amazon hub downstairs in my apartment building. So I did that today, and the other good thing, right? Finally, I got a fucking haircut, right? Finally, I got a fucking haircut. I was telling you guys that I had the spot booked for last Tuesday, so I went there, and the lady was really nice who did my haircut. So, all you people who don't have the privilege, I'm pretty sure you all have the privilege. Not that it's a fucking privilege, but like getting a haircut or getting a meal. Getting a haircut at a hair salon or getting a meal at a restaurant, sitting after like fucking, 4 months of goddamn pandemic, right? Social isolation, whatever the fuck you call it, right? Social distancing, lockdown. It's nice, so I went there, and then, it was quick. And the lady was nice. You still have to put on the mask. Obviously, you have to keep the mask on, which is fucking annoying. During the time she or he cuts your hair, which was fine. But finally, I felt like it was kind of normal that I went to a fucking, like a hair salon. It's a very nice hair salon actually here in Jersey City, and kind of modern. So that was nice, that was fucking nice. And so we are getting back to normal. Congratulations, everyone. Not that I want to fucking jinx it. There's no point, because somebody already fucking jinxed it. That's why we have these fucking SARS, right? In any case, so let's not keep ranting on that one, sir. So let's just move on, right? And so I was looking at these messages with my cousins, because I'm on this WhatsApp group with my cousin. They were sending me these pictures, amazing fucking pictures of mountains. They're like the fucking Rockies, and a bunch of these guys actually went to camping. Fucking amazing, amazing fucking views of the high mountains, and really, really high mountains. Like, you won't fucking believe it. It's like, they camp probably at around 14,000 feet, at least, or 15,000 feet, right? Above sea level, mean sea level. Is that what it is? So I was kind of like jealous. I'm still am that I wish I was there, away from this fucking Corona bullshit, right? But soon, sooner than later, right? I'll be in the fucking Rockies end of August, and hopefully, things are much better, way better. I'm expecting way better by then, so I can, hike in peace and be up there, in the Rockies, drive and blah blah blah. I still haven't booked my what do you call hotel room or place to stay there, but I will be doing that soon. Because I'm still like watching the whole fucking thing with the coronavirus, and I'll probably call Expedia because that's where I actually booked my car and my fucking flight to Denver, and asked them, hey, by the way, so what's the situation? You have to fucking tell me because, I'm going there. Oh my God, this tennis player, not the one who's playing actually, the one who's actually in the line. She's the one who will be playing afterwards. She has this short hair and fucking amazing, beautiful lady. But in any case, so without digressing or without like fucking distracting, without being distracted, that's what I wanted to say. What the fuck I was talking about? Am I fucking losing my mind? I guess I am. Because I'm getting older and older, right? I was thinking about, one thing I was thinking about last night before I actually fucking passed the fuck out, right? I was thinking about, like, the universe and all that fucking, like, and then I was thinking about maybe I'm of the school of thought of, how people, even scientists and astrophysicists and everybody, philosophers and everybody, talks about where everything started or where the universe came from, blah, blah, blah. We know it's 13.6 billion years old and blah, blah, blah. We know the age of our solar system and all that. But then I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm the school of thought of, okay, so even if there was something before the fucking universe, even if there was a fucking Big Bang, what was before Big Bang? And then what was before then, and what's the whole fucking purpose of this whole fucking universe, right? That actually like makes me feel weird. I'm pretty sure, if you go into that fucking like, rabbit hole, you would feel the same. So it kind of makes me feel weird. But in any case, without diving into that fucking rabbit hole, right? So and then I think that's when I had the fucking nightmare. Then I fell asleep and then I fucking started having nightmare. Maybe I felt like I was like falling to a fucking that rabbit hole. But in any case, whatever, right? It is what it is. That's too far in the time to figure out where everything started, how, blah blah blah, right? Is it a simulation? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think the universe is a simulation. Maybe it is. I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. But I do believe that there are other dimensions which can be accessed through other means, such as, I have no fucking idea. Okay, let's not go there either, right? So let's just stick to to these three dimensions of space and time as fourth dimension. Moving forward. I do have some topics in my cheat sheet, everyone, for tonight, and I was actually texting my sister. I think she's inviting a few people over for 4th of July. Apparently 4th of July is on a Saturday. The Indy Day, Independence Day of the United States of America. I'll probably go there because I haven't seen her in like fucking 4 months, So I'll see her on 4th of July. So I'll probably drive over there, right? Which is next Saturday, a week from now. So the other thing I was thinking about, maybe inviting people over here to my place. Maybe do something up on the roof. Maybe do a barbecue or something. But still, this fucking corona is still just, I don't know. I'll probably do like a fucking barbecue. Maybe, I think I said that in my last podcast, right? Am I fucking repeating myself? I guess I am. So I'll probably invite people over after the July 15th, right? So let's see. I'll probably will, and yeah. So I did cook. I did do some cooking. That was fucking delicious. With some beans and some potatoes and some like chicken wings and all that, right? Although all you vegetarians out there and vegans probably frown upon me, right? I mean, and do I give a shit what you guys say, right? Okay, fine. I'm not a fucking vegan or a vegetarian. All right? So, and I'm not a fucking hippie, like an environmentalist without any fucking, like, proper, like, fucking, game plan to save this planet. I don't have any means to save this planet. Not that the planet cares, I think. I said this many, 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 many fucking times that the planet does not give a shit. Everything we are doing is to save our own fucking ass, right? Is that what it is? Yes, that is it. That it is, sir. That's for sure, right? Yeah, so June 27th, I did run the payroll for my company yesterday, so that was good, right? We all want to be paid, right? So, I mean, things are still very slow, it's still fucking like very slow, and I'm still trying to negotiate with my landlord in Manhattan, my office landlord. And I sent them an email yesterday as well, because I told them, listen, you have to give me a fucking smaller space. And I even told them, listen, I'm willing to fucking negotiate the rent for the fucking penthouse because I can't afford, I don't need that fucking space, blah, 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 right? Without ranting about my work and all that. Because I don't want to fucking, and I think this is actually across the board. It's not only me, and even my my landlord here in Jersey City office, he was texting me today about the rent for June, and I told him that, listen, man, I dropped it off yesterday in the mail. So he was like, oh, thank you, have a good weekend, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, you too, thank you, bye-bye. Right? So he was telling me that, I mean, without revealing, blah, 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 my work stuff, but I mean, generally speaking, this is across the fucking board, everywhere. So people, now are thinking, not that they're thinking, now realize actually really that they don't need any fucking office space. They don't actually need to fucking spend like all that fucking money on rent and all that bullshit, right? I do want to keep my office space, smaller office space in Manhattan, as well as a smaller office space, which I already have in Jersey City. So, yeah. Because I don't want to work from home except when I come back from work, and then if I have deadlines, then yes, which is fine. Or if I'm working, let's say, a few hours over the weekend, right? All right, so yeah, I've been taking it easy. I've been doing my body exercises. I'm going to do swimming more often as the summers now have kicked in, right? Officially, so I was also listening to who? Oh yeah, so Bill Maher, he had his show and he's going on summer break. What am I going on summer break, sir? Well, I mean, I'm going on vacation end of August, so that's my break. Given the fucking circumstances, I can't go now. Plus, it's a lot of money to, for vacation. Yeah, so I was actually, looking at this fucking stylus, right? I think I bought this a while ago, and then it's not fucking working. It's supposed to work on like Microsoft Surface, right? Because Microsoft Surface is a screen you can actually use your fucking fingers, right? But this fucking stylus doesn't work. And then what I came across was that I think probably if you open the stylus, right? So it has a fucking battery inside. One of those fucking tiny, like Tetra A. Is that what you call it? Not triple A. Tetra A fucking batteries. See these? I did not fucking know that they had like Tetra A batteries, which is 4A. Like you have the fucking double A, right? And then you have 1A, and then you have double A, and then you have fucking triple A, and then this fucking tiny battery, right? So I think why this fucking thing is not working. Not that I really need it, but I like to draw, you know. Maybe I should draw, and maybe that's what I should do, and that's when I like to use this fucking stylus, right? So I had to find that fucking like Tetra A battery, right, for this stylus. You can draw whatever you want, right? Using paint or whatever the hell it is, right? But in any case, so next week is really busy for us. Obviously, things are opening up. As things are opening up more and more, and which is a good thing to be busy, you know, with work and whatever. Because I came back from work yesterday, and then I was kind of fucking bored, and then you know, I was listening to podcasts, and I was actually watching what's his name's show, the new season, Bill Burr's F is for Family. I watched a couple of episodes of those, and then I was still fucking bored, and I'm like, and then I fucking realized that, oh shit, you know, for Monday I had to go to a fucking construction site, and then I had a lot of like fucking like homework to do, so I worked on that one for like an hour and a half. So, you know, I've been thinking about like if I get fucking bored, and what do I do in this fucking pandemic? I was thinking about like finding like a golf course. Maybe I should go golfing, you know, as a hobby. I don't mind golfing, which is kind of fun. But I had to find a golf course, and then you know I used to play like fucking squash, or maybe I should play tennis, one of those, right? So we'll see. But I had to find a hobby, and hopefully, once again, you know, things open up, and then you know, and besides, you know, swimming and all that, right? And then works obviously keeps me busy. So, and then my girlfriend comes over once a week, and so yeah, I mean, my life is it's not stagnant or you know boring or you know, uh, and I don't want to be. I don't want my fucking life to be boring. You know, it's like because boring life is when you actually start thinking about like fucking negative shit, right? Not that I think about negative shit, but you know things like you know, oh I'm fucking you know I'm getting old and I don't have any kids, I don't have a wife and blah blah blah. But I mean you know I'm not the only one. It's a lot of us, and then you know this is the life that I've chosen to live. So I mean I'm not that old, although I'm getting there. I'm fucking getting there. So these things, you know, they actually make you think about priorities in life and what you want to do and et cetera, right? One thing that I don't want in my fucking life is to be a burden on other people, you know, especially in old age. So hopefully by that time, you know, in 15 years, 20 years, right? If I'm still alive, which I think I'm still going to be alive, if the human beings come up with a technology where actually I don't have to be dependent on anybody after I'm like fucking 70, and hopefully my body is okay by then, and then you know I stop drinking. I mean, I take a sip of like a white wine when my girlfriend comes over, and when we go to a restaurant, just a sip, and then I just drink water and I eat food. You know, that's it. Uh, and I sleep well actually, although I do sleep uh, late, but I still get my 6.5, 7 hours. So I'm trying to get it out, right? And I'm not taking any melatonin either. Just like natural sleep, I drink a little bit of water. I'm watching, my regular, What the fuck have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of good movies actually lately. What the fuck did I watch? That was really good. I'm trying to remember. In terms of movies, I did watch a bunch of movies in the past few days. Nights. Um, the one that I watched recently was what is it called? It's about a teenager who is in the high school, and this is set in the 1990s, early 1990s. So that actually reminded me of that fucking time then when I got out of my high school and I started my college, right, engineering college. So I watched that movie. What the fuck was the name of that movie that I watched? I guess I had to go get into my fucking like Amazon, right? Amazon like browsing history, is that what it is? And then there's another movie that I watched. Hold on a second, I'm sorry. But I've been constantly, not constantly, continuously, but my what do you call my show that I've been watching lately, like I said, is Battlestar Galactica, right? Sin City I watched. I think Sin City I watched last time. And A Million Ways to Die in the West, right? It's a fucking funny movie. I haven't finished it yet. I did watch Wedding Crasher. Wedding Crashers, right? That's a fucking old movie. And then I was also watching one of the old shows. Cafe Society, right? Cafe Society is with, what's his name? Cafe Society with, what's his name? Jesse Eisenberg? That's the name of the actor. Yeah, that's the one I watched. Set in the 60s of Hollywood, slash New York, right? Oh, the other one that I was talking about, right? Set in the 1990s. It's called The Perk of Being a Wallflower, right? The perks of being a wallflower, right? So that's an interesting movie, and when you are coming out of, like, I guess, middle school and going into high school and all that, right? That reminded me again, once again, without repeating myself, that reminded me of fucking my own time of coming out of fucking high school, right? And I was reminiscing about that time, when you had a lot of fucking, what do you call, ambitions and all that. I have had my ambitions and all that. Some of them have come true, but then others haven't. Which is, I guess, pretty normal, right? To have a normal life. That's pretty normal for a normal life. Is that what I want to fucking say? No, what I wanted to say was this part of life. That, some things that you actually, wanted to do when you were growing up, coming out of high school, going into college, and blah, 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 and your dreams and ambitions and all that, right? Lately, I've been thinking, I think I said this many times on my podcast, I wish I had actually pursued some sort of an acting as a side gig, because I love my engineering career. I don't have any issues with my engineering career, although I did have some issues back in 2010 when I fucking hated it. But when you're working for others, then and when you are happy, when you're not happy actually, when you're not happy with the job, then that sucks. And then, well, that's when I said, fuck this, right? But now, I'm okay with my job, and money is not that great. I mean, I haven't been able to save, and although I should, um, because I have overhead and all that nonsense. That right. So that's why I'm trying to get rid of that fucking office space in Manhattan, right? Um, or completely downsize it. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, I'll get an answer next week, right? Okay, so the other movie I watched was Demolition with what's his name, Jake Gyllenhaal. That's a fucking amazing movie. It's different, but yeah, it's an amazing movie if you are into like kind of a weird, kind of a romantic, sort of not comedy, but sort of romantic and all that, but different, then that's the kind of movie you want to watch, right? Demolition. Basically you demolish your previous life, not in a physical demolition, but I guess there were parts where he was actually demolishing the house him and his wife lived in. I guess that was part of. And then there was this fucking young kid who was like a fucking total hipster, playing drums and all that, right? Whatever his name is, I forgot, Jonah something, right? And so that was a fucking great movie, and so it's already 36 minutes, everyone. I think we should get into our cheat sheet, right? And then I watched one or two episodes again. I rewatched one or two episodes again of Californication with what's his name? Duchovny? David Duchovny? Is that how you say his name? He's a fucking great actor. And then Tomb Raider, right? Tomb Raider with... I didn't finish. I was just like looking through my video library on Amazon, and I was just like fucking like watching random previous movies that I watched, right? Or shows. So that's how I came across Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. Oh my god, dude. She looks so fucking hot in that show. Or in that movie. But in any case, without digressing and without, getting into how beautiful Angelina Jolie looks in that movie, right? Let's get into our cheat sheet, everyone. Once again, I presume you all are having a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week. I'm just kidding. Okay, so my first topic, everyone, since it's already 9:43 p.m. on a Saturday night, and I do want to watch a show or so, and then I'm gonna pass the fuck out, right? All right, everyone. So my first topic is Saharan dust plume. So what the fuck is a Saharan dust plume, everyone? So Saharan dust plume, right? So I was coming across this on CNN, I think, on one of those like news websites, right? And so apparently, there is the desert, Sahara, is that what it is? Sahara Desert in Africa? Or is that between Middle East and Africa? One of those, right? So apparently there was a fucking whole plume of fucking dust, right? Huge fucking plume of dust. This was like fucking last week or like a week and a half ago, right? So the satellite images from the satellites they were showing, or even from International Space Station probably, they were showing this fucking dust plume, right? It was so fucking huge that it was crossing fucking Atlantic Ocean, right? It was crossing fucking Atlantic Ocean, and then it was coming towards North America, right? Towards US. You can actually look at it. You can actually see it. I'm like, what the fuck? So the dust plume is so fucking huge that it's crossing the such a fucking far distance from like fucking, from Africa, across fucking Atlantic Ocean to Americas. So, I mean, did it cause any pollution? I don't think so, but that was fucking interesting. I'm like, is this like another fucking like disaster that's going to happen? Now we're going to have dust plumes. Is that because of the fucking global warming? I have no fucking idea, but that was very interesting. And you guys can actually look it up. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can actually find that. Saharan dust plume, right? Saharan dust plume. Plume, right? Saharan dust plume 2020. Oh yeah, so you can actually see it. Saharan dust arrives in US 1 day ago. Jesus fucking Christ. So I don't want to play this video, but so it says Saharan dust from Africa is blanketing the southeast Friday, and will hang around through the weekend. So this is last Friday, and then basically it came down to southeast, which is like fucking, I guess, Florida. Is that what it is? It says near Orlando, South Carolina. Blah blah blah. So it basically came like kind of towards the south in the Atlantic Ocean, and then it came towards Georgia, like northern Florida, Georgia, and then came down Texas. Is that going to like fucking like stop the fucking hurricanes? I hope so, right? All right. So in any case, so that was interesting. You guys can look it up. I guess a lot of things are happening on this planet, right? As we speak. But in any case, so my next topic, my girlfriend being stalked by an asshole. So I don't want to give a lot of information, but apparently she had been fucking stalked by some fucking asshole, and that was not fucking cool, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking, do something, and then not that I did something, but she was telling me how this guy had been fucking stalking her. I'm like, baby, if he does something stupid, you gotta call the fucking cops, okay? Fuck that. If this guy does something stupid, not that he did anything stupid, but maybe he did, but stalked, and if he does fucking something like fucking like physical, I told her, you had to call the fucking cops, you had to call me, you had to text me. All right? So, so far, the fucking asshole hasn't like done anything. And then if he does something, I mean, she's a total sweetheart. So apparently, some fucking asshole, and apparently back like 2 or 3 years ago, apparently, without giving too much information about the fucking, personal information, but, some guy, that you went out on a dinner with, once or twice, and then now he's fucking stalking you. Wasn't that in that fucking movie that I watched the other day, right? What is that fucking movie? Oh, Gone Girl. Some guy was stalking the girl, and then she basically blamed it on, what's his name, fucking Ben Affleck, right? In Gone Girl, what's her name? I forgot the name of the main actress, right? But I'm like, baby, you had to call the fucking cops, I mean, it's a fucking hassle. I mean, she didn't want to do that, and she wouldn't want to do that. But I told her, listen, if this guy's being a fucking douchebag, is a fucking asshole, you had to do that. So, she's a total sweetheart. And why would some fucking asshole would do that, And I'm like, fuck that, baby. You have to, you had to call me. You had to talk to me. I mean, not that you had to talk to me. You had to let me know, And so some fucking assholes, dude. Some fucking assholes, I mean, when I was young, I mean, obviously, he's some fucking young asshole. But, I mean, I wouldn't do anything, even if I was young, I would just, like, fucking be angry. If I'm angry at, like, let's say one of my exes or my girlfriend, at that time when I was younger, I would just send her a text message, like, something like, be angry, and then you just block her, delete her, and that would be it. I would say, goodbye, I just don't want to fucking deal with this. But in any case, so, I mean, I wouldn't even want to do that, at that time. But in any case, so that was a fucking, that's fucking douchebags, dude. These fucking assholes, But in any case, I told her, if something like this happens again, baby, because she doesn't, live near me. I mean, she lives in Upper Manhattan, Hopefully not some fucking shanty town. It's not a fucking shanty town or anything like that, you know. But if some fucking asshole that she went to dinner with like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, now he's stalking her, you know, that's not fucking cool, you know. And that's what I told her. So, but in any case, so far, you know, she told me, you know, everything's okay, and yeah. So I was fucking worked up, you know, last time she came over. You know, last Monday we had a dinner, and then she was telling me, and I'm like, baby, you're such a fucking retard, and why the fuck this guy is like fucking doing that, you know, fucking asshole, you know, and so yeah, and so you know, and I told her you have to take action, you know. In any case, so ranting on the fucking asshole, and yeah, and then you know the next topic. Sorry, I just so fucking you know such a fucking bullshit. You know, it's not bullshit, but it's such a fucking douchebag. You know, fucking asshole. You know, coward. You know, if he does something to you know to a woman. I'm not saying that women are like fucking angels, but given the circumstances and what I know, and you know, even if she went out with him like 2 years ago, whatever, you know, and now they're you know they're not together and all that, right? And and if he's doing something stupid, you know, like following her and all that bullshit, right? That's not cool. So fuck that. That's what I told her, baby. You know, you have to fucking call the fucking cops if this guy does something stupid, right? All right, everyone. So my next topic, I already talked about demolition and Parks Up being a wallflower, right? That's a fucking amazing fucking. Those are two fucking amazing movies that I recommend. And I don't want to repeat myself. But yeah, so you know, I do want to watch a movie or two, and then my shows, you know, obviously. Just like everyone of you do, right? And oh, the other thing is that you have to be fucking careful, by the way. So if you fucking like, you know, want to watch a movie, right? Let's say you go to fucking Amazon, right? Although if you have Amazon fucking Prime, right, then many movies and shows are free with Amazon Prime if you have Prime membership, right? But if you don't, and if you are actually buying a movie, right? If you're buying or renting, especially for buying a movie, it's like at least like $15 to buy a fucking movie if you want to watch it online on Amazon, right? So unless you really, really, really like the movie, rent it. Rent it for like $3 or $4. You know, $3. Even you can watch those on fucking like YouTube. Like YouTube also has movies collections and all that, right? HBO and Netflix and all that, right? So that's a lot of fucking money. So you know, if you multiply that with like fucking every day and how many days you watch, every fucking night you watch two movies, that's like $30 a fucking night, you know, if you're watching two movies, you know. But in any online, right? But in any case, so without ranting on that one, yeah, so I have to be fucking careful, you know. I mean, you know, that's simple, right? All right, my next and last topic, everyone. It's already 48 minutes, and it's close to like fucking 10 o'clock on a beautiful Saturday night in June, right? So we had what? So did we pass the solstice? Solstice? Is that how you say it? Solstice? Summer solstice, right? I think we did. That was June 22nd, right? June 21st. Didn't I fucking talk about that in my last fucking podcast? Maybe I did. My last topic, everyone. Why the fuck do I have Eckhart? Eckhart is in Eckhart Tolle and Russell. Oh, yeah, I know why. So I was doing some cooking earlier, and then I was listening to Russell Brand. He had, you know, Russell Brand is an actor, comedian, and he does his own podcast. He's from UK, and he's a great guy. You know, he's into like Eastern philosophy of things and all that, right? He had his own like fucking like ups and downs in his life. He went through like fucking whatever you call it, right? Rehab and all that, whatever the fuck it is, right? I mean, I have done my what do you call it, detoxing, and I'm still not fucking drinking. So, uh, but in any case, so he had Eckhart Tolle. Remember, I talked about Eckhart Tolle the other the other day in my last podcast. I think I kind of ranted about what he was saying, his philosophy and all that. But in any case, so and then I just go to YouTube, right? I just searched YouTube.com, and then I came across Russell Brand, and then because Russell, when you're watching a lot of like listening to podcasts, every time you just go to YouTube.com, then YouTube would basically select based on your previous history of what you are watching or listening to. Watching actually, because it's all videos, sir, and ma'am, and every other fucking genders, right? Associates, all you out there. So, am I fucking stating the obvious here? I guess I am. But in any case, so he had Eckhart Tolle, and they were talking about obviously stuff that affects people's lives and daily lives and blah 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 and depression and all that, right? All that stuff, and how being in the moment is actually better than like having fun and all that. Although Eckhart Tolle was saying that he does enjoy a glass of wine with food and all that, right? Well, I mean, who doesn't, right? What the fuck am I trying to say here? But in any case, so I'm not trying to say anything here, but that was just interesting that I talked about Eckhart Tolle's philosophy in my last podcast, and then I see him on Russell Brand's fucking YouTube podcast, right? Okay, everyone, so I guess that's my podcast for this weekend. Enjoy your weekend, whatever the hell you're doing, and I'll see you all next Saturday or Sunday, the fun day.